Now the English 2 part, that is the tug of war. Tug of war is a game where two parties are there, and with their physical weight or physical strength pull they pull the part of the rope towards them. So on which part the other part will move forward will be the winner team, right? Means the game of strength actually. So this is known as tug of war. You must have seen it. So let's come to the warm up part. What is a tug of war? So tug of war is a game. Have you ever been a part of one? Maybe you have played such kind of a game in school sometime. So this picture shows a tug of war taking place between two pair of boys. Why do the faces of the boys seem to be so strained? Because they are using their strength. That's why they are in strain. Okay. Now the chapter. One peaceful morning, a hare called Umvandla, Umvandla, who lived by the Zamberi river, was bored. So hare is rabbit, is bored, who lives by the Zamberi river. He felt like creating a bit of fun for himself. So he looked around to see what he could do. So he was searching for some enjoyment. So what he could see around, he was seeing. It gave him great pleasure to trouble other animals. So the hare was very naughty, and his um, happiness was in disturbing others. Suddenly, he spotted two dignified old residents of the area, rhino and hippo. Suddenly, he saw that there was two animals, one is rhino and one is hippo. You must have seen these two creatures in zoo or somewhere when you have gone for vacation. So rhino and hippo he saw, so he thought about disturbing them. Hippo, although aware of his ugliness, was very proud of his strength. So nature of the hippo was he was ugly by looks, but he was very proud of his strength. Now, Umvandla's mind was a treasure house of pranks. So prank we play, আমরা ইয়ার্কি মারি, মজাক করি. So that is pranks. He hoped he hopped up to the river bank and called, "O mighty one, why do you say you are so strong?" So the hare is asking to the hippo that you say that you are very strong, right? Even I, with my small size and thin legs, could beat you in a tug of war. So the hare is playing a prank with this hippo. He is saying, "Okay, Mr. Hippo, you say that you are very strengthful, but I can defeat you in a tug of war. As you can see, I am very small, but still I can defeat you." So he is challenging the hippo. Hippo ignored Umvandla and his ridiculous boasting, but the hare kept on pestering him. So he kept on telling again and again, challenging him again and again. Okay. At last, Hippo replied, in the hope of getting some peace and quiet. So he was disturbed, and then he said, "A tug of war, all right. I will show you, my little long eared nuisance." So the hare has long ears, and the hippo is telling, "So, my little long eared creature, I will show you. Within seconds, I can defeat you," right? So, Umvandla danced with delight. He pointed to an old round mound of earth beyond the river bank. He showed some area and said, "Let's go there and have the game. I bet I could pull you out of the water and over that termite hill," he taunted. He said that I can pull you out of the water with my strength. Umvandla then dashed off to the braid, a long, strong rope. Then he took a long rope because it is required in tug of war. When he came back, he tied one end to Hippo's hind leg, saying, When I shout, pull from the behind the hill, you must pull with all your might, for I shall surely beat you. Hippo thought that Umvandla's foolishness had at last got the better of him. He said nothing and settled down again in the water. He soon dozed off. So then the hippopotamus he slept. Okay. Umvandla took the other end of the rope and crept around to the other side of the hill where the old rhino was sleeping. So Umvandla had a different planning in his mind. He took that rope and went to somewhere else. Where did he go? He went to the old rhino where the rhino was sleeping. So rhino was also full of strength. Now what he is doing? See, he picked up some first little red ants from a nearby hole and quietly dropped them in Rhino's ear. So he red ants, as you know, are very dangerous. They bite you. So they put those things in the ear of the rhino, and already the rhino has the other end of the rope, right? And on the other end, the hippo is sleeping with the rope. Okay. Rhino woke with a grunt and shook his head, trying to scratch his ear. Good morning, piped Umvandla. I was just coming here to warn you of the ant's nest. So Umvandla, with a very innocent face, he said that, okay, good morning. And I have come to warn you that there are many ants over there, right? Okay. So he said this to the uh, this creature. I saw one, he crawled into your ear. So then he said that one of the ant crawled into your ear and then it will bite you. May I help you remove it? And with a great pretense of concern, he pushed the ants in further. He showed that he will pick out the ants, but what did he do? He put it more towards the ear. This was most kind of you, said the unsuspecting rhino. The rhino was not at all surprised, and he was sleeping, so he didn't know that there was mischief in the hare's mind. So he didn't know all these things. Hence he said, "Thank you. Your small feet are just right, while mine are far too large for the job. You have no idea what trouble I have with ants." And he grumbled on, like cranky old people everywhere. So, like old people, they always grumble. They say that we are not happy, we have this problem, that problem. Same as if the rhino also said like this. And he said that, Mr. Hare, your hands are very thin. That's why it could enter my ear. But my hands are very big, so it could not enter the ear. Oh, well, replied the cheeky Umvandla, my feet may be small, but they are very strong. I challenge you to a tug of war. I bet I can pull you right over this ant hill and into the river. So, see, there in front of the rhino, he is saying something else, and there in front of the hippo, he is saying something else. So, he is quite very smart, right? So, let the chapter be up to this much today. You put a mark over there so that we can remember up to which we have read. So then next day I'll explain you the next part. Work for you for this week, for this 2-3 days are you must learn all these word meanings. Learn all these word meanings, write in your notebook and send me the picture so that I can understand that you have written. After learning you will write as you used to do, same as like this. Okay, thank you.